So today is going to be another little lesson. I'm in the middle of stripping down loads of SNES revisions. There's like 13 different revisions, and I need to remove all components, scan the circuit board, sand them down. In the process, I've found a bit better way to remove solder from pads when you're doing it en masse or in general. I just wanted to share this with you and let you take a look at how I'm doing it now. So I've just modded another SNES with our clean RGB and edge buster for perfect RGB out. This one's a GMP02. So what I'm doing is I've stripped another GMP-R2, so there's no components on now. But what I want to do, obviously before I scan it, is clean it up and desolder wick all these pads. Now the normal way to desolder wick is some braid, some flux, and then an iron, and you go over with your iron all over the board, taking up all the solder. This, for one, means that the tip of the iron, so a hot metal surface, is dragging over the board, which as you're going over loads can end up tearing pads or doing damage. So I found a slightly better way. Just grab the hot air. I've got this set to about 380 and 50% airspeed. And what we do is get a cut of desolder wick, so a little braid, put the flux on the braid, not the board, and then we're just going to warm the area up with hot air and basically rub this solder braid over once it's warm. You'll be amazed how well this works and how little braid it ends up using. So let's just give this a little bit to warm up. Don't put the braid in while you're warming up, otherwise it oxidizes more. And then just test over nearly. And now once it's hot enough, there we go. Look at that, completely clean pad. Just rubbing over, and like magic, you're desolder wicking en masse. So you can clear all these pads off really well, and I'm not even applying pressure, I'm literally hovering this braid over at the minute. And that's that entire area done. And you can see I haven't even used this up yet. So normally when I desolder wick an area that big, I'd have already used up probably twice this already. So as well as being quicker, it's actually using less braid. So it's a really simple tip, but it works really well. After you've done a section, just reapply a little bit of flux, which is again the other thing that you don't use as much of. Get the hot air, and let me just show you on holes this technique doesn't really work as well. So what I tend to do on holes is just use the hot air and the desolder pump, but let me just show you using it this way. Sometimes it'll get holes and other times it won't. It works best for just the surface mount components. And you can see there, it's not really clearing any of the holes. You can go and go, and sometimes it does, but by the time you've done that, you might as well just grab the desolder pump, warm up, and just go down the holes nice and fast like this. So you can see it's a pretty simple tip and a short video, but I thought it was useful to share because these are techniques you learn over the years. I've been soldering for years and always discovering new ways of doing things. And this is a new way I've started to use the solder braid, and it's working really good for me. So I'm going to carry on doing that when I'm doing kind of desolder wicking en masse. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you in the next.